Okay, this is the 6th tape in Practicing Computer Shorthand, and it covers study frames 76 through 90. The first one is 76, a conflict resolution stroke for the left hand. And just to familiarize you a little bit with conflict resolution, if you haven't studied that yet, when you have two words that sound exactly the same, for instance, pride, that could be the past tense of pry, you're prying a door open, or it could be the noun pride, I have the feeling of pride about what I do. So rather than try to think of two different outlines for that, and then you're racing along writing and you hesitate because you try to remember, okay, which one went with which, that can really create hesitation to do that. So what I prefer to do in a case like that is, when I hear pride, the one that I would most naturally think of, I just write that naturally as P-R long I-D, and then the word that I would think of less would be the past tense of pry. So I'd write pride, and then I'd attach on that conflict stroke, R-A-O, or some other one that I've designated as being my conflict resolution stroke. So there's a little bit more about that in later on in the book, but just to kind of let you know what that little thing is for. Okay, so that's the conflict stroke. Frame 77 is just some miscellaneous strokes that occur on the left hand that are used quite a bit. So we have the question mark, plaintiff attorney, and defendant attorney. Okay, and now we'll go into the next chapter with the final sounds, and we'll be on frame 78 for final D. And this sound, for being so common as it is in the English language, I actually don't know why they ever put it in such an out-of-the-way place that's so hard to reach. So I recommend building up the key with some mounting tape, or commercial keypads that are sold, so you can reach it more easily, and that'll prevent you from dragging in a lot of intervening words when you're trying to catch that little D up there. Okay, so we'll just go through the word list now. Add, aid, bad, bed, bid, red, God, hid, kid, led. That's 10 words. Lid, mad, nod, odd, pod, red, rid, rod, sad. Okay, and this is also a brief for the word did. Okay, number 79 is final T. Fit, get, got, hit, let, lot, met, set, sit. And this is also a brief for the word the. Pardon me. Frame 80 is final TH. And again, this one can be perhaps a little bit of a difficulty to access, so if you'd like, you can build up your T key as well. It makes it a little more easy to access that. Bath, both, cloth, death, depth, math, oath, path. Okay, frame 81 is final L, all, bail, bell, bill, call, deal, dial, dual, fail, fall, and that's 10 words. Fell, foul, hall, hill, jail, kill, mail, mall, null, oil, pill, pool, pull, reel, sell, tall, wall, yell. And this is also a brief for the word will. Okay, frame 82 is final LT. Adult, assault, belt, built, consult, fault, felt, guilt, halt, jolt. And that's 10 words. Melt, result, salt, tilt, vault. Okay, the next frame is 83, final LD. I personally find this stroke to be a little bit awkward, and there's a couple ways that I deal with it. If it contains a long O sound, like the word hold, I'll spell it H-O-E-D and just completely leave the L out. Let me see, another way is just to omit the D entirely. For instance, in, let me think of it, see a good example here. Yield, I would just write Y-E-L, okay, and then just not put the D on, okay? So, bold, build, field, fold, held, hold, sold, told, world, yield. Okay. Frame 84 is final M. Aim, bum, dim, him, jam, mom, ram, rim, sum. Okay, and this outline is also used as a brief. It can be used for the word am. If you do that, I would recommend doing Y-am for I am, because that's the only time that the word am is used, is in conjunction with the proper noun I. And then to use the M also for another word such as mean or must. Those are both common words that you could use that for. It's just a better use of a very accessible outline to use it for something other than just am, the word am. Okay. Frame 85 is final P. Cap, cop, flip, gap, grip, hip, jeep, leap, map, rip, and that is 10 words. Shop, skip, slip, step, tap, top. Okay, 86 is final F. Behalf. Bluff. Chief. Cough. Deaf. Enough. Graph. Grief. Half. Laugh. And that is 10 words. Off. Ref. Roof. Rough. Sheriff. Sniff. Thief. Tough. And this is also a brief for the word of. Okay, frame 87 is final CH. And just to make a side note about this sound, sometimes there's a consonant in front of that. Not in these examples here, but sometimes you'll have N in front of it, like in lunch. And my preference with that is not to try to worry about the N. I would just write L-U-C-H. Define it that way. That way you don't have to do two strokes. Okay. Attach. Botch. Breach. Catch. Coach. Couch. Crutch. Detach. Ditch. Each. And that is 10 words. Hitch. Latch. Much. Patch. Reach. Rich. Snitch. Such. Switch. Teach. Touch. Vouch. Watch. Okay, frame 88 is final FT. Craft. Draft. Drift. Gift. Graft. Left. Lift. Rift. Shift. Sift. Soft. Theft. Okay, frame 89 is final PT, and again, if you tend to drag in the L with the weaker ring finger there, you can define those that way. Just be mindful possible word conflicts, because PLT is used for the MENT ending, as in department or something like that. Okay. Abrupt, accept, adapt, adept, adopt, corrupt, crept, encrypt, erupt, accept, inept, kept, slept, swept. Okay, frame 90 is the final frame on this tape, and it's final LF. Some people prefer to write this FL. It's kind of a dyslexic switch there. If you prefer to do that, it covers both the letters. I personally just prefer to leave off the L sound, and for instance, in the first example, golf, I would just write that GOF. Okay, so whatever your preference is there. Golf, herself, himself, myself, self, shelf. Okay, this completes the 6th dictation tape for practicing computer shorthand. Practice hard and keep those fingers flying.